And joining us now live from Paris on all the latest in the city is Managing Director of AJC Europe, Simone Rodan-Benzakian. Simone, can you provide us with an update on the current situation in Paris, Lyon and Marseille as someone who's in the area?
Sure. First of all, thank you very much for having me. Well, this was the fourth night of violence after the killing, there's no other name for it, of a young man in the outskirts of Paris when police tried to control him and control his papers. So we have had the fourth night of violence. It's very clearly not linked anymore to that event. When people start looting shops, when people start to destroy property, this has little to do with avenging the tragic death of a young man. Tonight, as of the Ministry of Interior, was a little less violent than the previous nights. That being said, there was an attempted murder against a mayor in a small town outside of Paris, where a car was rammed into his property. He was actually not there. His wife was with his two very young children. By trying to escape the attack, the wife and one of his children actually got injured. So it's a very, very, very serious situation. Nobody knows how long this will take, and obviously it will have consequences both from a security point of view, but also from a societal and political point of view.
Simone, how has the community responded to the killing of Nahel by the police? Obviously, we're seeing the riots, as you're saying, are spreading way further than this incident that sparked it all. What are their demands or concerns of the people right now?
Well, it's difficult to know when you say the people. Originally everybody, I think, could understand the shock and the original demonstrations that took place. It's unacceptable to have a police officer act that way without any doubt. But again, this has little to do anymore with what happened when people, loot shops, commit violence, try and kill a mayor who has nothing to do with this. It has little to do. So I would say the population in its large extent is obviously shocked. It's not the first time that something like this is happening. We had it back in 2005 when it lasted for 3 weeks. There's generally, I would say, widespread condemnation in the French society of these riots that are currently happening. And again, that put, people in danger, that cause property damage, huge economic problems for the different cities where this is happening.
Another thing we saw is the Holocaust Memorial in Nanterre was defaced with graffiti. Was it anti-Semitic or anti-police?
It's difficult to know. In any case, without any doubt, it's horrendous. Whether they knew that it was a Holocaust memorial or not, it's difficult to know. There were no specifically anti-Semitic tags on it. There were, by the way, across the country, other anti-Semitic tags like "We will do the Shoah," or there were also some words that were heard on camera, like "We will kill the Jews." But this particular one wasn't. It's still unacceptable and horrendous. And also, I mean, there needs to be very, very clearly said that when something like this happens, when there are symptoms of, anti-Semitism or something like this, is always a symptom of something that is falling apart. And again, what is happening now today, again, with these kind of violence, it's not the first time that is happening, and it's a long evolution over the past 2 decades, where in certain neighborhoods there is we have called it the parts of the lost republic, people who are angry, people who don't accept the basic principles of the French Republic, the basic rules, And obviously, we have seen it with anti-Semitism in those same neighborhoods going on for the past 2 decades. And now, obviously, this violence. So, you know, the anti-Semitism and the contemporary anti-Semitism that we've seen over the past two decades is obviously also linked to what we are seeing here today.
Well, we're wishing you lots of quiet out there. Thank you so much for joining us today, Simone.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.